Dapat talaga again yung mga pinakasangkot, yung mga pinaka nagpasimuno nitong drug war na ito, kasama ang former PNP chief Bato de la Rosa at ang dating presidente Rodrigo Duterte, ay dapat mag-come out na rin at tanggapin yung imbitasyon ng komite na ito na humarap sila.
Or the drug problem did not improve during the drug war. I can say that in my city, when I was mayor, nag-improve yung nag-improve yung situation namin during the drug war, because in less than 2 months, Mr. Chair, there are over 900 people who surrendered in front of my city hall when I was mayor.
Pasabog na balita. Ilan sa mga mambabatas na kumukontra sa war on drugs ng dating administrasyon, supal palang inabot kay Congressman Richard Goma Gomez. Pero bago ang lahat, maaari kayong mag-subscribe para maging updated sa mga issue at bagong mga balita. Matapang ang dinepensahan ni Congressman Richard Gomez ang war on drugs ng nakaraang administrasyon ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ayon pa kay Gomez, nang siya pa ang nakaupong mayor ay naging mapayapa umano ang kanilang lugar at maraming adik ang sumurrender dahil dito. Narito ang buong detalye.
Kasi kung nagagawa ito dun sa mga tao nga na tinuturing na mga leader sa kanilang mga lugar, doon naman sa mga mahihirap na mga inosente, meron din bang similar cases na yung mga nag-aabogado sa kanila o yung mga piskal na pwedeng humawak sa mga kaso nila ay nafe-threaten din or worse ay pinatay rin talaga?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. In fact, there had been cases of lawyers being killed. Mentioned kanina yung ilan. The Quadcom hearing today, actually, Mr. Chair, opened a new vista from the testimonies of Kerwin and with the case of General Barayuga. Because usually, the main issue in the EJK on drug war are drug suspects. But now it seems, Mr. Chair, that there are people who are not even involved in drugs. They're merely being used as a cover. Drug war is used as a cover to eliminate somebody like General Barayuga. Lawyers of drug suspects were killed not because they're involved in drugs, but they defended drug suspects. There are cases wherein the drug war was used against political opponents. And of course, Mr. Chair, there are also human rights defenders who merely protested against the killing of drug suspects who are also victims of EJK. So this is the new vista opened in this hearing, Mr. Chair. And there were cases wherein the lawyers of victims like Attorney Ben Ramos, for example, have been assassinated merely because President Duterte once issued a statement that these drug lords, drug suspects, use lawyers to defend them in court, and then he said, isasama ko kayo. And then lawyers began dying all over the country immediately afterwards, Mr. Chair. So there are victims outside the drug war, in a sense, who were also victims of EJK, Mr. Chair.
With that, Mr. Chair, to conclude, napaka-heinous nung ganitong naging iskema ng past administration na kahit yung mga tinuturing na high-value target, kahit nakakulong na ang intention lang naman nun ay ma-deprive sila ng liberty to do bad things, kung meron man, pati sila ay napapatay, Mr. Chair. Kaya kung nagagawa yon sa mga tinuturing na mga high-value targets, no wonder na lalong mas mababa yung turing doon sa mga mahihirap na mga inosente nating mga kababayan, kabilang ang mga kabataan tsaka yung mga bata. Kaya with that, Mr. Chair, dapat talaga, again, yung mga pinakasangkot, yung mga nagpasimuno nitong drug war na ito, kasama ang former PNP chief Bato de la Rosa at ang dating presidente Rodrigo Duterte, ay dapat mag-come out na rin at tanggapin yung imbitasyon ng komite na ito na humarap sila. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Congressman Manuel. Congressman Gomez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just would like to add in their conversation, Mr. Chair. I was a mayor when the drug war was implemented, Mr. Chair. And let me tell you, nasa lahat ng implementations nila against the fight with the fight against drugs, hindi ka pwedeng lumapit sa drug pusher o sa drug lord na sabihin mo, pwede ho ba tumigil na ho kayo? Kasi lahat ito, all of these people, all of these personalities, they have firearms. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa tumigil ka na. Ay babarili ka kagad ng mga yan. So during the implementation na nanguhuli sila at hinaharang nila to, nagkakaputukan talaga, and that is really true. Sad na may namamatay. Sad pati yung polis na sasama. Pero inuutusan yung polis eh. Trabaho nila, Mr. Chair, pag sinabi ng higher up sila, gawin nyo ito. They will do what they're told. And that's the reason na marami namatay. Both from the civilian, both from the police, pati na rin yung mga drug personalities. Now, Mr. Chair, in our conversations, there are two more items that I'd like to bring up, Mr. Chair. First, when Mr. Kerwin Espinosa said na lahat ng sinabi niya sa Senate hindi totoo. That is an institution that we also have to protect. What if he will go into another investigation and he will say that everything he said here is not real, is not true? So, ano yung pinangahawakan natin lahat in both institutions of the Senate and the House? And second, it was Colonel Marcos who was head of the CIDG in Leyte at that time during the killing of the father of Kerwin Espinosa. And ang haba ng sinabi ni Kerwin, but we haven't heard yung side, Mr. Chair, ni Colonel Marcos kung ano yung masasabi ni Colonel Marcos regarding sa mga nangyari sa event ng pagkamatay ng father ni Kerwin Espinosa. So, Mr. Chair, will it be possible to hear aside from Colonel Marcos against sa sinabi ni Kerwin so that we can hear both sides?
Yes, kanina, earlier, when Congressman Rog Gutierrez and other members were asking questions to Colonel Marcos, sinasagot naman ni Colonel Marcos yung patungkol doon sa kwento sa totoong nangyari doon sa loob ng kulungan sa Leyte.
Bye-bye.
And somehow he has already given some information to the committee as to kung ano naman yung side o yung version ng story on the side of Colonel Marcos.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, may mga comments na dinagdag si Colonel Marcos, but we reminded him na hindi pa pwedeng sumobra yung kanyang sagot dun sa tanong na tinatanong ni Congressman Gutierrez, and we promised him that we will give him time later on before we shift to another topic para magkaroon din ng pagkakataon siya sa committee ito na magkwento o mas masagot yung mabigyan ng isang side o isang angulo yung sinasabi naman ni Kerwin Espinosa. And we will give him that later, Your Honor. But
Mr. Chair,
yes.
with regard also, if we can take up protecting our institution and the Senate.
I absolutely agree
yes.
with you, Congressman Gomez. In fact, paalala lang sa ating mga resource persons na naimbita, for the information na rin ng ating publiko, hindi naman po 101% pinaniniwalaan natin ng kumiting ito ang kanilang mga testimonya. The only reason why we are asking them to execute an affidavit nang sa ganon ay hindi po tayo balikan in the future para sabihin nila na sila ay pinressure, tinakot, pinilit, o hindi kaya isinubuan ng statement. And that is the reason why we require them to execute an affidavit. So, ito ang gusto nating sabihin because we really want to protect the institution, both the Senate at itong lower house. Dahil po tayo dito sa Quadcom, ang ating layunin, wala naman iba kundi ipalabas ang katotohanan. Kung meron man pong lumalabas na mga personalidad o pangalang nababanggit, base sa mga testimonya o hindi kaya sa dokumentong isinasubmit sa atin, yan po ay tinitimbang natin. Nang sa ganoon, pag tayo'y gumawa ng committee report, lahat po ng side ng kwento ay kasama ho sa ating committee report.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And lastly, with regards to the statement of PDEA, I think it is inaccurate for him to say that the drug fight or the drug problem did not improve during the drug war. I can say that in my city, when I was mayor, nag-improve yung nag-improve yung situation namin during the drug war because yung police namin nagtrabaho talaga sila. As a matter of fact, during the course na marami silang hinuli, in less than 2 months, Mr. Chair, there are over 900 people who surrendered in front of my city hall when I was mayor. Why? Because natatakot ho sila na mamatay and they surrendered. And because of that, the drug problem in Ormoc City bumaba talaga. So, it is not accurate that the Director General said na hindi nag-improve ang situation. At least in my part, as mayor, and I can only speak for myself, nag-improve yung aming lugar.
Yes. May we now ask PDEA to categorically state, no, is this the opinion of the Director General only, or this is based on reports or facts that were gathered by the PDEA when you said that it did not improve?
Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, the question that was asked was that with the passing away of Mayor Espinosa, did it have any effect in Albuera? That's why my answer was that as far as Albuera is concerned, we neither have any indication whether it diminished or the drug campaign or the drug trafficking situation flourished. That was my answer, Your Honor.
Okay. Does that satisfy Congressman Gomez?
I'm good, Mr. Chair. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, DG.
Thank you, DG. Thank you, Congressman Gomez. The next to interpolate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Wala po akong way para makakommunicate sa kanya, Your Honor. Naka-contempt po ako sa Quezon City Jail.
Oh, you cannot use your phone? There are schedules?
Wala po akong cellular phone, Your Honor.
Since your detention, wala kang cellular phone?
Wala po, wala po.
Okay. Now, Comsec, the wife of Corporal Obales received a copy of such invitation?
Sir, we sent the letter through the PNP.
O, PNP? Colonel Cunanan? Comsec, it was goes through to Colonel Cunanan?
To the Lola, sir. To the Lola.
Oh, Colonel Cunanan, has the wife of Corporal Obales received the invitation? General Torre, napadala niyo pa yung invitation doon kay Mrs. Obales?
Your Honor, sir.
I'm asking with regards to the invitation for
Yes,
the
sir.
wife of Corporal Obales.
Can I approach the chair? Can I approach Your Honor for?
Oh, please, please, please.
Mr. Chair, sorry to interrupt. Mr. Chairman, sorry to interrupt. I think
Yes,
the question was,
Congressman Diom.
yes, I think the question was asked. It's very simple. Whether an invitation was extended to a particular invitee that we would like to have in this committee hearing. But I believe there's a silent exchanges between and among the invitees and Congressman Karaps Paduano. Is this information classified? Is this not supposed to be shared publicly? Because we're waiting for the response of the question of Congressman Paduano. If it's classified, we do totally understand.
No, the invitations that we sent to our resource persons, such as Ms. Uballes, apparently has not been sent to her yet. No?
Okay.
Because I think there are conflicts in the address that was given. And invitations were sent, I think, to the old address. But that's why we're getting some clarification from General Torre as to the location of Ms. Uballes.
The address. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. At least that's on the record.
Mr. Chair, let me proceed while waiting for the presence of Mr. Kerwin Espinosa, Mr. Chairman. May I move that we open once again discussion on admin matters?
Okay, please proceed, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The PNP was ordered to, based on the statement coming from Colonel Espinido with regards to the list of police generals and other PNP who received money from Kerwin Espinosa Group. The reply of the PNP, Mr. Chairman, is they don't have the list, and it's Colonel Espinido should submit that list to us, since he was the one telling that during the previous hearing, Mr. Chairman. Now, question of the excuse, the veracity of information with regards to the letter of Attorney Roque is scheduled in Singapore. Until now, wala pong reply. So, COMSEC is directed to once again follow up such reply documents.
COMSEC, you are directed to comply.
And the Sioco's order was issued to Catherine Cassandra Ong, all Cassandra Ong, with regards to copy of real property tax of Whirlwind, copy of deed of sale of Lucky South to Mr. Cheng, contract of lease between Cassandra Ong, Lucky South, and copy of construction agreement and building plans of the Lucky South 99 and Whirlwind. Until now, it was issued, we issued the Sioco's order until now. Cassandra Ong has submitted. That's why, Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a subpoena Doses Tecom with regards to the mentioned documents. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to issue subpoena duces tecum on the documents being required of Cassandra Ong. And it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Chairman, to the PDEA,
Please take note.
they were directed last hearing that study of the origin of drug list and the reply of PDEA for the first, second, and third list ongoing yung study. Is it correct, DG Lasso?
We are done with the study, Your Honor.
You have done. So can you submit it by today or before the next hearing?
We are ready to present it today, Your Honor.
You're present. Okay. Now, please, DG, if you cannot present it today, please submit na lang po a copy, no, to the COMSEC.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Now, with regards to NBI, they were directed to conduct a thorough investigation and submit a report of the deaths of 3 Chinese nationals. Ito po yung sa Dapicol. And the investigation of the NBI is still ongoing. Is it confirmed?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Timeline po tayo. When will be that re-investigation ends?
I will check with the investigating team, and I will
Please.
give the answer within the day, Your Honor.
Thank you. COMSEC, please take note the commitment of the NBI that they will submit today the final timeline, no, with regards to that topic. Again, on Attorney Roque, until now, no compliance with regards to the omnibus motion that he cannot attend the joint hearing because of his medical condition. This refers to the wife of Harry Roque. And as far as I remember, during the last hearing, we issue a subpoena ad testificandum to the wife of Attorney Harry Roque. Comsec, what's the latest? Have we received any letter reply coming from Ms. Roque?
None yet, Your Honor.
Is it correct also that last hearing we issue a subpoena ad testificandum to Ms. Roque?
I believe so, Your Honor.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, since we have given Ms. Roque the due process with regards to supposedly her presence in the hearing, I move to cite in contempt Ms. Harry Roque, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Just a clarification. Did you say Miss Harry Roque?
Yeah, Ms. The wife of Harry Roque.
Myla Roque.
Myla Roque.
Okay. Thank you. There is a motion to cite in contempt Mrs. Myla Roque for her failure to appear for the third time before this committee. And it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. We are now citing Ms. Myla Roque in contempt. Comsec, please take note. Okay. Please proceed, Congressman Paduano.
I need a second motion from the good Congressman Akop.
Congressman Akop, you are recognized. The second motion, for the second motion. We can...
May I respectfully move, Mr. Chair, that because Madam Myla Roque has been cited in contempt by this committee, may I move that we also issue an arrest order insofar as the person of Ms. Myla Roque is concerned. So move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion to issue an arrest order to Mrs. Myla Roque in relation to the contempt order by this committee, and it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Congressman Paduano,
Thank you,
please
Mr. Chairman.
proceed.
Again, a subpoena ad testificandum was issued to PSMS Jeremy Kausapin during the last hearing, and until now, he is not present in today's hearing. That's why, Mr. Chairman, I move that we cite in contempt PSMS Jeremy Kausapin alias Tox in violation of our internal rules for not attending the hearing of this committee. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to cite in contempt PSMS Jerry Kausapin or alias Tox for violating Section 11 of the Rules of Procedure Governing Inquiries in Aid of Legislation of the House of Representatives, and it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved. So, Comsec, please take note that PSMS Kausapin alias Tox is now cited in contempt.
And also move, Mr. Chairman, that the SAA will coordinate with the PNP, particularly to General Torre of the CIDG, Mr. Chairman. So move.
Please, Comsec, please coordinate with the Office of the Sergeant at Arms in order that they will have a coordination with the Philippine National Police to effect the arrest of Ms. PSMS Jerry Kausapin. Comsec, you are ordered. Congressman
Thank you,
Paduano.
Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed with the NBI. Verified authenticity of Ms. Cassandra Ong's signature reapplication of First Year Games International Incorporated at PAGCOR. What's the latest, NBI?
We have already sent communications with the respective agencies for the production of the regional signature and the question document. Mr. Chair,
Timeline po. Kailan kaya pwede?
I will submit again the timeline within the day, Mr.
Thank
Chair.
you. Now, to unlock